Hey, what's up there, travel fam? It is your favorite travel strategist here, Sean, with a quick video just for you. In today's topic, we are going to talk about something really simple, all right? And we're going to talk about how to choose the best cruise line for your budget, all right? And we're going to just jump right into it. We're not going to waste no time. We're going to get right into it, and then we're going to talk about it. Number one, the first tip is to look for sales and promotions. That's right, guys. Check out the sales and promotions of the cruise lines and see what best fits your budget. All right. Number two is you want to compare the cost, the base cost, plus all of the extras that come along with it. And again, we're going to delve into this a little bit, so don't even worry about it. But just know that when you look at a cruise price, you have this one price. Then there are other things that we need to add to that to determine what our overall cost is. So again, you want to be able to compare your base cost plus all the other extras that come along with that. All right. And the third thing is to research, do some research. Do your research on your cruise lines, their ratings. Ask your friends and family what other cruise lines that they're cruising on, and then go from there. All right. So let's break some of that down. So the first thing we talked about was looking for sales and promotions. I think that's really simple. There are different sites that you can go on and look, or you could always call your favorite travel strategist. That would be me. Try to say that 5 times fast, and I can do that for you. But again, that's kind of self-explanatory. Number two, let's dig into number two. We're talking about comparing base costs. So let's just say, for instance, you see a cruise and it's priced at, let's just say, $500. Now, when you're also picking a cruise, you have to, the price will also be determined by the length of the cruise. So we have sometime, 3-day cruises, 4-day cruises, 5, 6, 7, and they can go up from there. So that too will determine the price of the cruise, as well as where you stay. And what do I mean by that? Where you will stay in the cabin. There are interior cabins, excuse me, there are outside, there are balconies, and there are suites. And I will do another video where we'll break all that down and go into more detail about what each one of those brings, all right? But for the sake of this video, you come in, you see your price of $500. You say, great, this sounds like an amazing price. Then what happens is, as you continue to go through the booking process, now you find out that there are more charges. There's your taxes, port fees and charges, fees. There's also gratuities that you could add to your bill. So by the time you get done adding up all of those things, just the cruise alone, between the price of the cruise, the base price, plus, like I said, port charges, taxes and fees, and gratuities, that $500 trip may now be up to $700, if not more. Okay, again, this price is right now just hypothetical. All right, so now we're up to $700 so far. Now, you booked the cruise, you've paid for it, and now here comes all of the extras. And what do I mean by that? So, you can have the choice of picking a drink package. Again, I will do another video about the drink packages and some of the pros and cons of that. But then you have the drink package. Depending on the length of your stay, of your cruise, will determine the price of that drink package, all right? But that drink package can run you an extra, again, depends on the length of the cruise, but let's say you picked a 7-day cruise, it could run you about maybe $600, and that is per person, because with most cruise lines, you have to, each adult in the cabin has to purchase that drink package. So you may be looking at an additional, let's just go with $1,200 for 2 people for that cabin. All right. So you have your drink packages. You also will have specialty dining restaurants that are on board the ships, and those vary in price. So you have usually a steakhouse, you usually have an upscale Italian restaurant. You'll normally have sometimes like some sushi place or hibachi that could cost extra on most cruise lines. So that will be an additional expense. You'll also have anything that you buy from anything that you buy aboard the ship. Any pictures can be pricey as well. You can buy packages, but the last time I cruised, pictures were running about $35 for one 8x10. All right, so you want to be mindful of those other extra added costs. And then the list just kind of goes on from there. If you buy anything from the store on the ships like that, again, those are all extra costs. So by the time you go all in, you could be at $1,000. But remember, the price you saw was $5, but you had all these extra things that you may be adding. The other thing that we didn't talk about that is an additional cost are also the shore excursions. Now with the shore excursions, again, I can do another video about that in itself, but let's talk about it. With the shore excursions, you have two options here. The two options are one that you can book with the cruise lines, which will usually cost you a little bit more money. However, there are guarantees with that. If for some reason you're on an excursion that you booked through the cruise lines, and for some reason they are late getting you back to the ship has to wait. You hear what I said? The ship has to wait. They cannot leave you. However, if you decide to get off the ship and you book your own trip, you take a cab around the island that you're in, or whatever the case may be, and something happens and you're running late and you're not back on time, that ship will leave without you. If you've seen any videos before, but pier runners is a real thing, guys. Trust me on that. All right. So again, those are just some of the other extra added expenses that you could incur once you finally book that trip. So just know you went from 500, you could be up to 1,000 plus. You know, depending on the things that you want to do. If you are more the adventurous type, you want to do a lot of stuff, then the bill may be kind of raising and going up a little bit. If you're more kind of laid back, you don't need the drink package, you're going to just have a couple of drinks, then you might keep the cost a little bit low. But that's just some of, you know, the extra added expenses. Now, there are also other cruise lines where some of these basic amenities, which I did mention before, but Wi-Fi is another extra cost on most cruise lines. But however, there are a few cruise lines who have come onto the scene who have more of an all-inclusive package. And one of those cruise lines is actually Virgin Voyages, which I've had a chance to sail on about a year ago, and I'll also be sailing next year as well. What I like about Virgin is that they do things differently. And we won't go into a whole bunch of detail about that. Again, we can shoot that in another video. But basically, Virgin gives you some basic things that most cruise lines don't give you. One is basic Wi-Fi. Now, they do have a premium package that you have to pay for, but you do get basic Wi-Fi. The other thing that you do is you include basic bevies, is what they call it. Basically, that includes all your drip coffees, your tea, your soda. Do get soda included, which is what doesn't happen on other cruise lines. So tea, soda, water, they have sparkling and regular water as well. And those things are included in the price. Like I said, there are some extras, but again, you're getting some of the basic things for free. The other thing that you get for free along with that is, let's see, we got, I said the Wi-Fi. Just lost my train of thought. But yeah, the Wi-Fi, the basic beverage. Oh, and with the bar, they have what's known as a bar tab. And with the bar tab, you simply that simply means that it's like the drink package on most cruise lines. However, it's one price. It's $300. And that can be used for both people in the cabin. Both people do not have to buy. And I will say this, guys, Virgin Voyages is always having some fantastic promotions. So that $300 bar tab could easily be $400, $500, $600, believe it or not. So take advantage of those promos. Again, I'll be doing some more videos where we'll be talking about Virgin as well. So stay tuned for that. But those are just some of the differences. So again, you want to know what your base cost is of your cruise, and then you know to add other things depending on the cruise line that you go on. All right. And the third thing that we talked about was the research. You know, ask around, ask people who have traveled, ask people who have cruised, what they liked about a cruise ship or cruise line, what they didn't like, check out the ratings and stuff. But here's what I will say. Everybody is different. Everybody's taste buds are different. Everybody's thing is different. Whatever your thing is, if you like to sit back and relax and just chill, you can do that on a cruise ship. Somebody else may not have enjoyed that, or they may feel like it wasn't what they thought it would be. So even though you may read the reviews, you may ask other people who have sailed, the one thing that I always suggest is that you sail for yourself. Find a cruise line, answer some of these questions for yourself, and then pick the ship and then go. And then come up with your own thought or idea. What is your own process on, do you like this? Did you like this ship? What you didn't like, what you did like? And then go from there, because everybody's going to be different. So that is it for this video. That's it, guys. That's it. I just want to come to you today and talk to you about how to choose the best cruise line for your budget, because it's all about what you can afford. And before I go, I will also say this. Do not, let me repeat that, do not let anyone try to talk you into getting a certain room category or whatever that maybe you cannot afford or you think is not worth it. Because sometimes you can find a great deal. It could be an interior cabin, and again, we'll talk about what the differences are, versus spending the extra money on an ocean view or balcony, because you can take that money and spend it elsewhere. So again, choose the right cruise line for you. If you are unsure which cruise line is great for you for your budget, then you can also inbox me. There'll be a link at the below this video that you can book a 30-minute consult with me. You can send me an email and we will have a quick conversation about choosing the right cruise line for yourself. You can also, if you're ready to book, you can also do that. Just hit me up. Again, I'm your travel strategist, here to be able to help you book your next amazing vacation. So I'm here to help you and assist you with that as well. So until the next video, guys, wishing you all peace, blessings, and prosperity. Peace.